crashed my car, and when a cage shell appeared out of nowhere, we thought, why not accept the challenge of rebuilding the entire thing in a week? We have about 5 days left to finish the new build before it leaves for Formula Drift Seattle. All hands are on deck, and this is where you're gonna see the real progress. Now, originally, if you remember, I was actually supposed to be making content with this beautiful GR Corolla this week, because officially today, with the launch of this video, we released the GR Corolla giveaway, where every $5 you spend on Drift HQ or lzmfg.com is gonna get you entered for a chance to win. The original plan was to already have done a bunch of mods and film a bunch more content with the car. However, as you can imagine, the competition E36 is taking precedence over this car. I'm still really excited to live out the GR Corolla journey, but it's gonna be spread out over the next 2 months of the giveaway and doing things in stages rather than everything at once, which sometimes can be more enjoyable anyway. But enough of that, let's get into the E36. Now, one of the most time-consuming parts of a new build is bodywork and paint, because when that's happening, no one else can work on the car. So Ray and Josh actually came in over the weekend and knocked out 90% of what needed to be done on the car. That way, come Monday morning, the full team could jump on getting stuff done.
Alright Josh, what are we doing here?
Alright, so we finally got the car in a dolly from the main shop to the prep area. And today we're gonna be sanding the engine bay. We got about 75% of it done on Friday. So today on Sunday we're gonna be prepping the engine bay, like finishing the little bits left. And then we're gonna be working on the roof since we panel bonded on Friday. So right now we got the roof under last week. We were debating whether we wanted to overlap it and just rivet it on, or whether we wanted to have it like this molded now with panel bond and then body work this out and basically make it look seamless like the other E36. So we decided to mold it on there properly so it's gonna look best. It adds a little more time to it, but we can get it done. I'd say the cage is about 90% done. So we already steel it at the top here, so the top is already pretty much done. We wanted to do that before we install the roof, and then we'll be doing steel it on the engine bay, because unfortunately we don't have enough time to go ahead and paint it while we wait for other things that we can work on. If anything needs to get touched up, or if we need to do any welding in the engine bay or anything like that, or anywhere in the car really, you can pretty much do it over the steel it. That's why we're gonna go with that.
Foggy. Yeah, how do you paint? How do you prime when the humidity is at 1,000,000,000%?
Well, usually you just get like a napkin and wipe your face off.
I'm saying as far as the paint sticking to the vehicle.
Oh, don't worry about that. It'll stick.
This is what it looks like.
Oh, Jesus.
The humidity is real.
Now, as much as I would have loved to powder coat the chassis, obviously because of time constraints, painting was the better option. And I would have loved to do something crazy like this car with the two-tone and with the wrinkle on the inside. What we went though was with a product called Steel It. We've used it on the CRX interior before. It's actually a coating that's weldable. It's spray-on in a can or with a gun. For this specific application, it comes in handy since the car was essentially being painted before it was fully built. Still a lot of things that need to get cut, welded, and in the case of crashes, it's very easy to touch up. So very popular in the off-road world, starting to get really popular in the drift world, and we actually stock it now on Drift HQ, so if you ever need a can, you know who to buy it from.
Are you going to be spraying it by can?
Yeah, so we're gonna be spraying the actual cage with the cans, and then we're gonna spray the engine bay and the floors with the actual like can that you have to mix and then put it in the gun and shoot it. And also it's easier for touch up in the future. Like if you scratch this, you can just use the can and fix it. So this stuff's really good for that, and we're gonna have this at Drift HQ now, so that's pretty cool.
One other key process that was happening over the weekend, Freddie actually came by and dug into the engine. Now, although we didn't have any engine issues, we're now at the midway point of the season, actually a little bit past that. He wanted to put eyes, make sure everything's good, and he's actually going to be overseeing all the stuff with this engine and the wiring with the car to make sure we're, because that's obviously a big variable that could take us out. So I thought we were going to be pretty good. Freddie found some stuff. What'd you find?
So first I started with measuring the valve lash, just to see how the buckets are wearing. Everything was pretty good except one bucket was close 18 thousandths, supposed to be around 10 to 11. It turns out that the bucket started wearing pretty bad. This is actually a RB26 shimless bucket that was DLC coated, and then the cam lobe is pretty wiped out too. So these two are not having a good time. They're making a little bit of metal in the oil, and this would have been drastic.
And we saw that in the oil filter, but we didn't know what it was coming from. So it was good to kind of know, like, we thought maybe it was, you know, just the casting from the head or just some random debris, but.
And we don't have a spare cam. Well, we do, but they were in the spare motor. So I robbed the camshaft and a couple buckets from that engine, because there are other buckets that are DLC coated that are starting to chip away at the DLC. This could be from debris or just use, because this cylinder head is from this car. That's like, what, 4 years old at this point, maybe 3?
Yeah.
This head has seen some abuse. This is normal wear and tear stuff on a race engine. So yeah, the head's going back together. I checked the valve lash on the exhaust bank, it's good. Now I'm doing the lash on the intake side. I'm good friends with Jamar, who's pretty much been building 2JZs from early 2000s. And he told me to check the rod bolt stretch. So he gave me this fancy ARP tool to check the rod bolts, measure them, and then untorque them and see how much they moved. They were all in spec. It was about 5 to 6 thousandths. So the rod bolts are in healthy condition, but the rod bearings do have some wear on all of them. All 6 look very similar. The bottom rod cap has side load wear, and then the top here has a little bit of push in the middle, but a motor that makes 1100 horsepower, and we're revving the stroker to 8200. This is expected. We opened up the clearance just a little bit to allow some deflection, because the parts, all the parts move and deflect around. I'm curious to see how that looked at the end of the season, but everything we found is pretty much normal wear and tear on a 1100 horsepower wet sump race engine.
Fun fact, our spare engine that we've had in the trailer with us actually is destined for my Mark IV Super build if it ever happens. So we're trying not to put this engine in, hence pulling parts off this and putting in that one. It's built slightly different because it's kind of a street engine. So we run the Brian Crower lightweight cranks on the race motors. This one's actually the heavier crank, which I thought would be a little bit nicer for like streetability. But yeah, if we need to use it, we'll just use it.
You want a little can for yourself?
Yeah, why not? Hold on. Oh sh! This shit. I hit you. I filmed it. I'm sorry. Where are you gonna be? Where are you gonna hit the corners first?
Oh, hell yeah. We have just finished prepping and doing steel on the engine bay and the rest of the chassis and the interior. That's what it looks like. This stuff is essentially metal and it's just sprayable and you can weld on it as well. We also finished the roof earlier, so the roof is now molded to the car, which is one of the big things we were trying to do.
We still have to sand the outside and kind of paint the rest of the body. That's pretty much all that's left. Yeah. We freaking put in a lot of work today to get this done. It may look easy to you guys, but this is a lot of work. A lot of work that has to go down to make this happen. So, but yeah, we got it done, and now all that's left is to finish the sanding and prepping the outside and painting that, which is pretty quick now. The hard stuff is done. All right.
With the launch of the giveaway, we are also releasing our Drift Masters jersey. We released the blue USA Formula Drift ones. This is a Drift Masters version. We have half the amount and the other one sold out in a day, so they're probably gonna go very fast. We would typically have more, but most of them are allocated to have to sell at the Drift Masters round. So if you want one, definitely don't sleep because they're gonna go quick. And every $5 you spend gets you in for a chance to win too.
Watch out, hold on, Kev. You're gonna have a car crash already. What else, dude? Hey, Joe, who asked you for this car? Martin? Adam? But who was like, hey, could you sell Adam to your car? Gordon.
Be the hero, Joel.
That's what I thought you'd say.
I just didn't think you would actually want it.
You're a real one. Here we are. Assembly day 1. We got this, right?
Yeah. So far, my favorite comment is make this into a sim rig. That would be sick. Like, at least cut half of the car, because the other half's compromised.
Yeah.
Cut it straight down the middle, put it on the side of the wall.
Yeah.
Sim rig.
Put it up there.
Damn.
No, look at the roof. Nice. However, Lasito, you're showing the bottom.
Damn. The steel, it lays down so good. All the time. Like,
Especially
it
when you put it in
can't
the
ever
gun.
be bad. For half spray paint with a can and then actually spraying it.
Yeah.
Y'all think we got this?
Yeah, 100%.
Where's the team? I ain't got a team.
Wait,
Are you my team?
no. Are you guys doing it?
He said no.
Are you guys
Hell yeah! What the f? All parts are here.
Alright, go get Christine.
You gotta pull that pin, Joel. A little bit. Suppose like better. Let's watch. Get out of the can, I tell you what.
We just test fitted the subframe in the car to make sure that nothing on the pickup points of the subframe are tweaked. Now we are reassembling it and going to put the subframe in the car, get our axles, crickets, welding up new dual caliper brackets on our trailing arm, and then we can get most of the rear suspension pretty much buttoned up. Should be great.
Damn.
Uppers aren't bent from what we see,
That's good.
so
Love to see it.
love to see that.
Yeah.
Now just put it all back together, slide it in the car.
The game we play.
Really awkward. I slipped a disc over the weekend and I'm in so much pain right now.
Really?
Yeah, I should probably have not done that.
Told me to do this.
Like the video. If just like the video. I was gonna say if you want me to run this wheel, but I don't think neon yellow is the move. Although it will make photoshopping much easier because I want to see what the car looks like with pink. So like the video if you think that I should run pink wheels. Also, like the video if you think that I should run silver wheels, because that's probably all we have time to run right now.
This thing's coming together so fast.
Fast as boy. Off one car, on the other. Take off, put on.
What do we want to do about these holes in the floor here? Can we bring the welder over here and weld them up?
Yeah, I just got to tack them back in where the seam came apart.
See that, Lonnie?
What the fuck you call him, Lonnie?
Right there. Like that? There you go. That big hole.
I keep thinking I'm like
You got to hammer it up from underneath, but flapper disc it first. It's gonna mess with the paint, but it's stainless, so you just paint over top of it.
Give it the old tabby before we put the gas tank in there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Anything that's on the inside will pass through the metal and go to the outside. So if it's seam sealer in it and it heats up the metal, the contaminants will actually get sucked through the metal and pop out on the other side. So you have a big old hole afterwards.
Big old hole.
So clean both sides.
DC power, baby.
DC power?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, alternator.
Yeah, more alternator. Fresh bushies. The old.
You gotta take a moment. Appreciate this nice little bracket here.
It's dirty down here.
So this is your new rendition of the bracket?
Yep, this is the final version. It's just missing the logo. Guess we needed to move things around. It worked great on that blue car. And then that blue car went to the other blue car. And this is going on this gray car.
Holy crap, it's blue.
Yeah.
It's like one of the only savable panels.
No, we got everything.
They're all
really?
set.
Yeah, everything is safe.
Everything?
Everything.
Not the front fender.
Everything.
Nah.
Even that one. That came
Nah.
out perfect. Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Oh dang, these boys already put panels on me.
Y'all put in work.
Driving tomorrow, he said that.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but maybe this is good news to you. We're not getting a full crazy new custom color paint job. It's not getting full new graphics. The old body panels are quite literally going on the car. So it will look essentially the same. There'll be some small differences with the car, but it's not like it's getting changed up to have new livery. On one hand, it's like kind of cool because the blue car lives on, but on the other hand, I know it would be cool to like have some sort of little spin so it identifies the car as being like a new thing. I don't know. I'm just a guy. You know, it'd be funny if you fixed it so many times to the like twisted car that it didn't fit a good car.
Yeah, that does happen.
I believe it. Yeah, can we just bend the metal up a little bit to fit better?
We need to crash it a little more.
Oh, don't worry. Nope. Look, I'd rather say it's gonna happen than say it's not gonna happen, because if I say it's not gonna happen, I'm jinxing myself. If I say it's gonna happen, then I'm just right. Statistically speaking, it's gonna happen at some point in life. The severity of which is what we want to be.
Yeah.
You remember what happened in the video in St. Louis? Yeah. Watch this. I love winning Seattle. See what I did there? Oh, that goes through the hole?
Yeah.
Oh, we never do that.
Yeah.
What?
Stuck held up good.
Oh, that was after the crash?
Yeah.
Did we paint this?
No.
No? This bumper was on the crash?
Yeah.
On the whole crash wall?
Yeah.
John?
Wall crash.
No.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so we are currently rebuilding the trailing arms on Adam's E36 that everyone is chipping in and helping rebuild for this week to get it sent to Seattle. So we're doing new trailing arms. There was nothing wrong with the other ones. They did take some damage on the wall on outer zone 2 in St. Louis. He hit the wall with one of them. The other one, it kind of rode up it, but it didn't bend it or anything. But we want to go in strong and we want to go in with fresh, new everything on there and not chance it. So we rebuilt everything and we put in these massive brake dual caliper kits that they sell. And they're all bolt-on. So if you don't have a welder, you can just bolt them on together. The thing with us is we like to weld them just because you don't have time in case there's like a 5-minute timeout or something. There's not enough time for you to actually take off both calipers, take off the rotor, and then try to be able to fit your Allens in here to bolt check to make sure it's tight.
Right.
So we end up welding all the way around it, and we even weld the dual caliper bracket top and bottom on here so nothing can move. So just to be safe, we do that, and then we also put our red Loctite on the 4 bolts that hold it together. So it's just a little extra added thing that we do. And then we replace brand new bearings in it, brand new hubs, brand new IRP bushings, solid mount, or solid bushings. So with the spherical bearing in there, so they do pivot. Nice. And we're gonna redo everything. They already got the rear end in the car, so we're just bolting everything up right now. Okay. And as soon as Freddie's done with the motor, we're gonna put the motor in. Okay. We're gonna get this thing done this week. Watch.
So the next time that I see you guys, I will actually be in Latvia for Drift Masters Riga. So the guys back at home are going to be continuing to push on with the build, and Mike will be here to be able to document the process and be able to share all the amazing stuff that's going on behind the scenes at the compound where we're competing over in Drift Masters. So I do think the next video you guys will get will be another update on this car. Again, the energy, the enthusiasm from you guys goes such a long way, and it is massively appreciated. A really, really negative situation almost turned into a positive one in a way, because I have never felt more love from you guys, and it's been super cool to see all the comments, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. But anyway, that's where we're gonna leave off for today. This is Monday, and we have till the end of the week to basically get this car driving, tuned, tested, and looking how it needs to look. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys over at Drift Masters.
Watch out, hold on, Kev. You're gonna have a car crash already. Well, y'all think we got this? Where's your team? I got a team. Wait, are you my team? He said no. Hell yeah! What the f*** all parts are here?